Welcome everyone! To celebrate our YRDSB Little Inventors, we're asking you to share your students' inventions and prototypes with us to be included into a YRDSB Little Inventors Showcase Google site. Share your class's inventions and prototypes by Tuesday, June 22nd, and you can be eligible to receive your own copy of Sylvia Duckworth's How to Sketch Note, a step-by-step manual for teachers and students. We're asking you to share a minimum of 3 of your students' examples, or if you like, you can share your entire class's inventions and prototypes with us. So we're asking you to share this in 3 steps. The first step is to upload your students' inventions and prototypes to your class showcase slide deck. I'll show you what that is in a second. Step 2, you're going to complete the YRDSB Little Inventors Showcase submission form. It's a Google form. And in that form, you're going to upload your showcase slide to that. And then third, we wanted to welcome you to join us and celebrate by viewing the live YRDSB Little Inventors online showcase in the afternoon of June 25th. More information on that to come. So let's talk a little bit about step 1. How do you actually get your students to share the content with you? So here are some steps for step 1. First, you want to make your own copy of the YRDSB Inventors Showcase template. It's this slide deck. So I'm going to click on this one. It'll make me a copy. And right now it's in preview mode. So all I have to do is click Use Template. And what it's going to do is it's going to start to make a copy for your drive. So you have a copy of this entire slide deck with the template that we're hoping your students will load it to. So let's just quickly look at the template. You can see the first, again, my internet's a little bit slow. So we'll just kind of give it a second here. You can see it's got the front matter for you to review, but this really here is the template we're hoping students will be able to import their video, the picture, and then their written description of their invention to form. All right, so back to the beginning. So you're gonna make your own copy. Once you've made your own copy, you're gonna find a way to share that to your students so that they can edit it and upload their own content. My suggestion is to share it on your online classroom platforms, whether that be Google Classroom or EdSpeak. So let me show you how you can do that if you're running your Google Classroom. So here's a Google Classroom that I made for Little Inventors, a little demo classroom. Click on Classwork, press the Create button, then click Assignment. Once I click Assignment, I'll title it, right, Class Submission for Little Inventors. I'm going to add the file that I want, a copy of the template that I've created. Give it a second to load. Once I find it, I'm going to insert it. And here's my suggestion to you, is make it editable for all your students. And before you press Assign, go back to the template that you have and go back to the last slide, right click on it and press Duplicate Slide and duplicate and create a slide for every kid in your class and then assign them to one of those slides as to where they will be uploading their content, if your students are able to do that. So a lot of our junior students will be able to do that. Our primary students will probably need some help uploading, and you might have to find a different strategy to get them to share their work. All right, so we've made a copy. We've shared that copy with our class. Now we want our students to take a picture of their work, take a screenshot. They might even be able to record using Google Meet, them holding up their invention sheet and describing their invention. That would be a great option as well. And then they can load that to the Google slide template you gave to them. Here are some examples of good and bad versions of pictures and screenshots. You really want to be able to see that it's clear. And then the students, number 4, are going to upload it and pick the slide that you've assigned to them where they can share their work. And then you're going to submit that whole slide deck to this little Google form here, the submission Google form. Before we show you the little submission form, why don't I give you some tips on how you can help your students share some of their inventions. Some of you might find it easier for the students, instead of being able to type, maybe holding up a picture of their invention and speaking and talking their answers to the side of their invention about what it is, what it can do, the name of it. So here are some tips and tricks on how to record using Google Meet, how the students can locate it in their drive, and how they might be able to upload it, or how they will be able to upload it into their slide. So considerations to think about: keep the recording short, no student faces, clear distinction between whether it's a prototype or an invention. We want to see both, so you can share both. And then make sure the students are responding to questions on the side of the slide. Here is an overview of the template that we're hoping students will be able to fill out. So step 1, my invention. They're going to put a picture, a video here in this section of the slide. Step 2 is we want a little bit of information that also at the same time protects their privacy. So we're just asking for the date that they submitted it, their age, their first name only, the school name, and the name of the invention that they have, plus a short description here about what their invention is. What is it? How does it work? Who is it for? So again, you can see that template here. So minimum, we're asking you to submit 3 examples from your class, or if you think you can do it, try to assign one of these slides for every kid in your class, and we can get your entire class submitted into the Little Inventors Week. Now, back to the beginning. Once you have uploaded all your students' work to the showcase slide deck, you're going to complete step 2, which is the Little Inventors Showcase submission form. So if you click on this, this is what it's going to look like. And we're trying to double dip here. Instead of having you fill 2 Google Forms in at the end, giving us some feedback, we're going to have you give us some feedback at the same time as you're submitting your students' work. So again, you're going to type in your first name, you're going to type in your last name, you're going to type in your email, you're going to tell us what school you're at. Please tell us what school you're at in the fall, because that's helpful if we're going to ship you the sketchnoting book. You're going to click next. You're going to scroll through and now give us a little bit of feedback about and also describe the impact it had on your students. Hey, I was a kindergarten teacher. Tell me a little bit about the participants' reaction and your reaction to the content that we created. Was learning well paced? Was the environment inclusive in honoring of participant voices? What did you think of the Minds On guide? What did you think of the Educator guide, the slide deck, the jam boards, choice board? Tell us a little bit about the sketchnoting workshop, about the Zoom field trips. Did you go on one? Did you check out the STEM Reads collection? We really want to know so we see if we can try to find ways to add to this collection that might be useful outside of Little Inventors as well. Tell us a little bit about participants learning. Write down some anecdotal notes about what your students have learned about inventing and prototyping. Share a couple testimonials. And then last, organizational support. We want to know what we can do to support you for next year when we run this event again. Are you interested in joining again? Yes, no, maybe. What month might you be interested in having this event run? Give us your feedback. What different challenges might you be interested in for next year? What other resources did you find that we didn't give you this year that you would really want for next year if we did this again? Then you're going to click the next button. Forgot to type the answer in. Let's put that in there. The last section of the Google form is your class showcase submission. So you would add a file, you'd locate your class showcase template, the one that all the students added their content to. So I find my drive, I'd find the template, I'd select it, and then I would press the submit button. That's as easy as it is, and we're really hoping that you'll also be able to join us for the live session on the 25th to celebrate all of YRDSB's Little Inventors. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.